everyone, it's time for another update. Today is Monday the 23rd. Today we're going to talk about another one of the obstacles to flowing money. Just to recap, last week we talked about how when we don't play, or when we play with an outlet, with an attachment to the outcome, or in the process of having to take care of somebody, that does not reset our energy count, and it does not add anything to our energy account. And play is very, very important to flowing money, because it does reset the second chakra, the creativity, which when you reset creativity, it allows you to be more creative and therefore flow more money. So play is very, very important. I can't even speak today. Very important to flowing money. Now, today we're going to talk about another one of the obstacles to flowing money. And that is caretaking and enabling other people. Oh my God, this one is the biggest lesson in the world for me, because I've always called myself the queen of caretakers. Well, recovering caretakers. I should start my own AA group. Anyway, why does caretaking and enabling stop the flow of money? Well, before we can get into that, let me explain to you what I mean by caretaking and enabling. Caretaking or enabling, or rescuing, which is another way of looking at it, is what you do when you stop the pain in other people, and you stop it at a time when maybe they need to be able to feel that pain, because pain is a catalyst for change. I mean, their guide just set it up for them to experience this, and then you run in there and stop it. Then the guides go, now I've got to set it up again. And then you go in there and rescue them again, and then you wonder why they never change. It's because you're stopping their pain. So when we stop the pain in others at a time when they really need to feel it, that is enabling and rescuing. Now, what happens when you do that? When you do it inappropriately, when it's not the appropriate thing to do, it is a huge, huge withdrawal from your energy account. So say you had like $300 or $200 left in your energy account every day. When you go and you rescue someone like that, when they really need to experience that pain, that's like a withdrawal of $400 or $500 out of your account. So you're immediately bankrupt. Now, how do you know that you're bankrupt? Well, here's a real good telltale sign. When you're around people like that who are in crisis and you've just rescued them, you feel absolutely drained. In fact, when you're around them on a daily basis, you feel absolutely drained. People who are in crisis and they're constantly, in and out of one crisis after another, are people that when you are around them on a daily basis, you feel drained. And it's because they are energy vacuum. They're like black holes, and they just suck energy. But, I'm not here to beat up on those people, because the reality is, if they're sucking energy, it's because everybody keeps rescuing them and doesn't allow them to feel their pain, because that old saying, when you're in enough pain, you'll change. So they never get into enough pain to change, so everybody constantly rescues, and then we all feel drained. But, okay, back to what we're talking about, back to the flow of money. When you do that and you end up energetically bankrupt, if you're down that much, if it's, $15, $20 worth of energy, that's not a big deal to recoup. You go rest, go take a nap, whatever, and you can recoup that. But when you're down $300 or $400, that takes you days to recoup. So it's like, after you go rescue a person like that, then you have to go either sleep for 3 or 4 days or go take a mini vacation. Now, if you're doing that over and over, you're always bankrupt and you're way down. I mean, you're really, really bankrupt. And that's why money doesn't flow very well for you. I mean, those people who do that, they're not just living paycheck to paycheck. There are many days or many months when they can't pay their bills at all. I mean, there's like big, big lows in their financial flow. I mean, dry spells. So, and these are people who a lot of times lose their jobs over and over again. So, or when they get money, like say you inherited money, all of a sudden it's gone, because you either mismanaged it or invested it in things that ended up losing money. You get the point. Okay, so caretaking enabling is a really big energy drain on your energy account. Now, what are the two things the two fears that cause you to caretake. There's always two fears, and the fears are connected to beliefs, because the beliefs trigger the fears and then you act out of the fears. Okay, two things that I want to make you aware of. And when I learned these, it was like light bulbs went off. Number one, you caretake because you believe that if you do that, you'll be loved and appreciated, and that's what you were taught to do to get your love and appreciation. You couldn't give it to yourself because, oh my God, that'd be narcissistic and selfish. So you have to get it from others by rescuing them. Okay, and number two is it's because you want to manage their pain level, and that's really the down and dirty truth. You can't deal with your own pain. I mean, I couldn't deal with my own pain, so I went around rescuing everybody else. It was like my addiction. It kept me from having to deal with the pain that I didn't know how to deal with. So it kept me distracted from my own stuff. So in that way, it was very self-serving, very helpful. But it cost me energetically over and over again. So these are the two things. Now, the reality is, the only one who can really give you the love that you're looking for is you. You know, you've heard that many, many times. And it's okay to do that. See, that's the thing. It is okay to do that. And number two is when you control other people's pain in order to manage your own level of pain, that's very controlling. And that's why when they come back at you and say, well, you're controlling my life. You're being, you want to run my life. And then you go, well, they're just being ungrateful. But the reality is you are. You're doing it. So you think you're helping them, and maybe you are temporarily. But in the long run, you're not, because they have to keep re-experiencing the pain trying to get enough to finally make a change. So you're prolonging the agony, so to speak. So you could say you're doing it for them, but really when you look at it, it's really not for them. It's really all about you and how another way that you manage your own pain. So it's really a self-serving thing that is really not healthy for either of you. So hopefully this will help you and help you identify if maybe this is one of the things that's blocking the flow of money. And if it is, then the steps that you take to clear that is to begin to look at the beliefs behind it. And then, go get counseling, get someone to help you to look at that. And also the keys of compassion can help you. I went through that very same thing in one of the keys. I tell the story about how I became aware of that and began to change it with these higher dimensional beliefs. So hopefully that will help you. And next week we're going to talk about how anger can block the flow of money. Now, I've done other videos on that, but we'll add it into this one just, so that we'll have a complete series. So you have a great week, and may the money start flowing for you very, very quickly, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.